Hello Pita people, Courtney and I are here today to talk to you about Small Pitas and how they can help your business.
Small Pitas are a great offering to our menu. They offer an attractive price point for those more price-conscious customers and open new markets for us, such as senior citizens, kids, and women.
Small Pitas run to about 15 to 20% of our overall sales on a day-to-day basis. They also have a better margin of about 3%, which is pretty good. The other thing you can think about is if you haven't done a price increase in a while, it's a good opportunity to increase your pricing and bring in a lower price point to keep customers happy.
When thinking about ordering Small Pitas, several stores order between 2 and 5 cases of each per week. We know freezer space may be tight for several locations. The smaller box size is meant to alleviate space issues. Maximize your space as best as possible. We've found that getting a small chest freezer can be a good solution for some locations.
When we're talking about falling Small Pitas, you want to start off with about the 20% rule. Like I said before, about 20% of sales is what we're seeing. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to pull that much. We're also going to work on ordering that much to start. And then you can adjust as you go, looking off your reports from the day before sales. You can get that number of how many Small Pitas you're using a day, and that'll make you more accurate. But for the start, go about the 20%. Also want to point out, while we got these pitas on the thaw rack, our sweet new bread bag design looks nice for the small. So we have the indicator for the wheat and we have the indicator for the white, so it's easier to tell them apart. I know they're close. And then we also have the new design for the regular size pitas as well.
A good rule of thumb for how many Small Pitas to have available is 1 to go, 1 to show, meaning 1 out front and 1 thawing on the rack. We've moved to pre-portioning the Philly, souvlaki, and chicken using wax paper or boats. Therefore, you no longer need to use the scoops.
So, following your updated prep guide, which we have updated and is on Frank Connect, this is going to allow you to see how we're prepping the steak, the chicken, and the souvlaki. Those are really the only things that are going to change. We're doing that here corporately. We're putting those into the wax papers. You can also use portion boats. And we're delineating that with a line through on the smaller portions, which is a 1.5 ounce on your, like I said, your chicken souvlaki and your Philly steak. And then you're just using the regular. And you can adjust that how you need. Like I said, we're doing 6 here for each prep container. And if we get to where we just have little lineys left, you can throw 2 on for a regular size if you need to use them up. But something to start out with, like I said, 6 per prep container of chicken souvlaki and the Philly steak.
Turkey, ham, prime rib, and all other prep will remain the same for Small Pitas. As always, run pitas as low as possible at the end of the night. Any leftovers the next day should be double steamed. When a customer orders a Small Pita, it's a great opportunity for an upsell. Be sure to train your staff to ask people who order Small Pitas to add a combo, soup, or a smoothie to their Small Pita.
Communication is going to be also very, very important in this process, and it's going to be important to train your staff and really work with them to make sure they get it down right. So if I'm going to have a regular pita, somebody's going to order a regular pita at the register, I'm going to call out just a Caesar. We don't have to say regular on that, but just say you got a chicken Caesar. Something like this. Can I get a chicken Caesar on the grill? It's that easy. If it's small, I'm going to say, can I get a small chicken Caesar on the grill? Boom, not too hard there. So we always like to talk about our aces and our places, and that it's very important on the grill when we're introducing Small Pitas to our system. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of times you might have a tastemaker who forgets to specify on a small. And it's important for the griller, if he has 2 Caesars on, they're starting to make a Caesar down here, and they say, I'm starting a Caesar, to say, just to ask that question as a griller, hey, are you making the regular or the small? That's a good chance for your tastemaker to make sure with the customer that they're making the right one.
When portioning for a small club, Dagwood, or breakfast pita, it's easiest to simply rip the turkey, ham, prime rib, egg patty, or hash brown in half.
Something smells fishy. I think somebody ordered a tuna. Our tuna small pitas, because we come in our pouch, we give them the full portion of tuna. We're not gonna split the tuna in half. Yeah, it's a little more cost, but it's nothing to get into, not really a big deal. So we're gonna give them the full pouch of tuna, even if it's a small. The other one we have to worry about is the steak, for the steak and eggs. We're gonna do just a regular small portion there. We're not gonna cut a small portion in half, because as everybody should know, if it's a regular steak and eggs for a normal sized pita, you are using the small portion of steak, which makes the pre-portioning a lot easier. Those are the only two that are a little bit different. Tuna and the steak for the steak and eggs.
The new bag design makes it easier to delineate white from wheat, as you can see. Be sure to keep the pitas organized behind the counter because customers' eyes are always watching.
So now we're just gonna go through making a pita and the communication on the tastemaker side of things. Got my pita here, it's a white one, and I'm gonna communicate that to Courtney. So simple as starting that small chicken, Court. So again, like I said in the Teach Me How to Make a Pita video, we're just cutting those portions in half on pitas. So it's not a rocket science thing. We're just gonna you just wanna make sure you're getting end to end in every bite. You can always add, right? But you can't take away. So just go down the line there, make a chicken. Kind of boom, looks good, right? Cheeses, you're gonna do a smaller portion of cheese. So like I said in the video, it's more of a 2-finger pinch. If they paid for extra cheese, it's like another 2-finger pinch. I'm not gonna load it up with cheese. Same with double meat on the grill. You're gonna double the portion of protein that it is. So you're not gonna double up Philly steak, you're not gonna put a double meat of a regular double meat, you're gonna put the small double meat on. Something important to remember there. Sauces, same thing, right? End to end, zigzag. And then that communication, I got the small chicken up there, Court. So when we roll the pita, small bear paw, right? Roar. And then we have our new wrap here. And the nice thing about the smalls in the wrap is it will still showcase our fresh grilled, flavor filled perfectly, just like it does in our normal size pita. So solid, teaching people how to wrap good.
If you want small pitas to have an impact on your business, be sure you train your staff to upsell at the register, communicate behind the counter, and portion correctly in the back of house.
The other thing you're gonna wanna do is order the new menu board slicks or the new menu boards, whatever you have to do for your store. Refresh, invest in your store, invest in your business, and small pitas are gonna do okay.
Talk to your FOS if you have any other questions.
And roll on.